What the fuck, you guys? I thought this was an Onion article. So everyone, I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm going to try to express my feelings in the most respectful way possible so I don't trigger any of you guys. No, I'm just kidding. There's going to be a hot take on, let's just say, a movie controversy. It's about an actor kind of playing a specific role. I don't know if I'm already spoiling it, because you guys probably already know. It's also in the thumb tag, so... What am I talking about, you ask? The new 007 movie is going to be featuring not James Bond, but a woman of color. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you my opinion on what I think about this, and why so many people are either A, upset, annoyed, or just laughing at the concept of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and get to the nitty-gritty on why I think this doesn't really work at all. A lot of people agree that they think Lashana Lynch is just not going to portray the theme or character that is 007. It's not even a bias thing either, or racism, or sexism, or whatever other isms. It's just inherently hard to switch the gender role of a character or movie that normally has a particularly masculine character. It's almost like switching like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator for a woman. It just doesn't really make any sense to the genre. It's also like switching the Handmaid's Tale's main character for a man. It's the sex of the character is integral to that character. It's not mutually exclusive, you know what I mean? Someone's going to type down in the comment section or try to argue with me that she's not technically James Bond. She's another agent that happened to take the 007 role from him. And I get that argument, but the thing is that why are we watching a 007 movie without James Bond in it? It just doesn't make any sense. Another example, it's like another Iron Man movie, but they don't have Tony Stark in it because Tony Stark died, and they just put like another predecessor in the shoes of the Iron Man suit, and then argue like, oh, well, it's still Iron Man. It's like, no, the person who made Iron Man was Tony Stark, not the suit itself. And that's what I feel like in this movie, is that they're putting a woman character in the movie in place of somebody who is very masculine. He was a womanizer. He was, slick and suave. He had the tuxedo on. There's a whole, style and feel to it. You know what I mean? By taking out the character James Bond in service of somebody else, like they're taking another agent and putting in the 007 role, it changes the core of the movie and the character and why people even are coming to watch. Which actually might be the reason why they're doing it, but most people will go watch 007 movies for James Bond, so I don't know. There's a lot of secret agents in movies, and there's a lot of secret agent movies. But 007 is defined by not the secret agent aspect, but by James Bond himself. He's a suave, good-looking guy that wears a tuxedo. He has a very masculine personality, but he's also kind of charming at the same time. He's British. He's also a womanizer. He's a big womanizer. And that's like another appeal to the character. That's what makes his character. And he's also a secret agent. The secret agent is the main thing that makes James Bond James Bond. That's what I'm trying to get at here. That's kind of sort of been the character since the beginning as well. Each actor who's played James Bond used that criteria to make that character. You know what I mean? They just kind of put their own spice and feeling on the character. Just a little bit. It's like just a little spice, but they still stuck to the criteria of what made James Bond James Bond. Obviously, Lashana Lynch is not going to be as masculine as the James Bond characters usually are. She's not going to be suave, and she's not going to be a womanizer or wear a tux. So it really does change the feel of what that character is, or what the movies are usually about. The only thing that's really relatable to the James Bond character that Lashana Lynch can pull off is that she's British, and she has a British accent, and she's a secret agent in the movie, and that's basically it. It begs the question for me, why are they actually even doing that, Why are they switching a masculine role into a feminine one when no one really asked for it in the first place? I'm pretty sure it's not for the stunning support of the customer base either. The only thing I can really think of is that they're trying to either send a social or political message, or virtue signal, or aka pander. This is not the actual definition of pandering. This is kind of like my thoughts of what pandering is when it comes to movies. My definition of pandering is when a writer, producer, or director would rather send a social or political message instead of producing a good story or a good movie people want to watch. And for me personally, this is just kind of my opinion, so don't take it to heart like I'm, trying to ridicule anyone, but I feel as though this has kind of all the red flags when it comes to pandering. I'll go ahead and give you an example of pandering too. one of the things that I really didn't like, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan, was The Last Jedi, because of all its pandering. In The Last Jedi, the First Order is supposed to be the main antagonists of the good guys in the movie. And they're supposed to be a force to be reckoned with, because you're always trying to establish in a movie that the bad guy, is a force to be reckoned with, is someone that you have to contest with, someone that's hard to beat, someone that is fierce and merciless. But in this movie, they didn't show that at all. Rian Johnson, in this case, was trying to portray a political message instead of a good story. He wanted to show that the First Order were a bunch of bumbling, screaming, crazy, angry white hillbillies, basically. Kind of like the racist neo-Nazis today. They're not really smart, they're just angry, mean white people, But by making your main villain incompetent, it ruins the storytelling of the movie, because no one's afraid of the main villain, And that's what I kind of feel when it comes to the situation. It feels more of like a social pandering than it does like a calculated move that is meant to make people excited for the movie, Really, like, another bad thing about this whole situation is that anybody who doesn't like the change is going to be deemed sexist, they're going to be deemed racist, they're going to be deemed all the isms underneath the sun, just because they don't like a particular change in a movie, which is not fair to anyone. Like, I just don't get it. It's such a straw man, and I wish they would just stop that, because the thing is that some of my favorite movies of all time have female leads in them. So it's not because I hate women, it's just because I don't like the changes from a particular character that I wanted to see. Like, some of my favorite movies, Terminator 2 for one. The mom is kick-ass in that one, and I love every second of her being in the movie. Kill Bill, another example. She literally kills everybody all the way up the chain, and the entire time I'm rooting for her. Like, yeah, go get him, girl. You know what I mean? Like, I have no animosity towards women. Don't even get me started on the Aliens franchise. Ripley is a masterpiece of a character that I would never change in a million years if they decided to, like, I don't know, in the future decide to switch the roles for some reason to a man, Like, why would anyone want to do that? I would fight tooth and nail if somebody was trying to change the main role in Aliens to a guy, if they were trying to, like, remake the movie or something like that. I would fight tooth and nail for a woman to be placed in that role, because it's not meant for a guy. But, I don't know, you guys. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I have no clue. Just go ahead and comment below. Like, just let me have it. If you guys have a different opinion, let me have it. I'm not going to, attack you or anything like that. I can take criticism just fine. Certain Hollywood people can't. But, whatever. Fuck me, right? Please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe if you guys agree or just like this video in general. Click the little bell icon so you can get all my notifications if you guys are not. Until next time, you guys, see ya!